It is a cold start. It is a super cold morning. We are heading out. Normally don't get the car out on a cold morning like this, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Wife's got the Durango. Today I was wanting to talk to everybody about modding their cars. So everybody's got their own thing, right? Like whether they start with their exterior components, their engine, they want horsepower right away. Some people don't care about how their car looks, they just want the power. Originally I wanted the power in all my cars when I was younger. That was where the most fun was, and looks were secondary. Now, as I'm older, of course, you buy a car that already has a lot of power. You have, you got some more leeway for yourself. I started to do the exterior type stuff first, and I told myself when I got the car, I knew that once you start, you can't stop. Even though I told myself that's not true. I'll just do a little bit here and there, and I'll be good. I'll be content. For some strange reason, the bug got a hold of me, and you know, you look at things on your car, you want to be a little bit different, or you maybe see how other people are doing theirs, and yours start to feel bland. You know, I took mine to a car show. I think I had some painted fuel rail covers at the time, and I had my B Woody intake on there, and I had it painted silver to kind of go with the flow of the supercharger and everything. And that's all I had. And I think I had the car for, it was just a few months at the time. And looking around at other cars around me, it's like, okay, it's a Hellcat, yeah. But if you're at a car show, a Hellcat's sort of like another car, because everybody's seen Hellcats before. And I go to shows where there's other Hellcats. Not, honestly, 75-80% of the time there's not. A lot of times there's not even another Dodge, like a modern Dodge. I live in northern Indiana, where it seems like a lot of people bring just classic cars to car shows. They don't hate on me too much. They still like to see the newer cars, as long as you bring something that's not just completely factory. You know, you just buy the car and you just plop it in a car show, and then think that everybody's supposed to be, you know, excited about what you're bringing. But if you want something more fun to just look at, live with, you're going to start modding your car. So you have to do what's right for you as far as what you think you're going to start with. But you got to consider, anytime you mod something, it's going to change the feel of the car. It could be for the better, or it could be for the worse. For example, put bags on your car. You may like the way that it looks, but you might be frustrated with the way that it feels. Engine mods, you know, anything like that, you start to run into engine codes, you know, different things that don't pair well with the factory, what the factory did already in the first place. So those are some things to consider, because anytime you add something, you're going to sort of take something away. You know, you might have like the rear diffuser or something like that that's just all just purely looks, but you start to add like well, like a splitter, for example. If you put a splitter on, It may look good, but then at 130 miles an hour, you hear something flopping around up front, and then it rips off, and then you drive over it, and there goes your splitter. So things like that, right? So just consider what you're doing when you're doing it. Everybody likes to look at a nice car. Everybody likes to have a nice looking car, but there's a balance between what looks nice and what performs good. So just consider that with your engine. You know, everybody wants to drop your pulley size and have more boost and have more power than the car next to them. But ultimately, you know how hard these are to, I mean, if you're watching this channel, you're probably either thinking about getting a Hellcat or have one, or a Scat Pack or whatever. But you have to consider that, you know, these cars are hard to keep traction in the first place. Now, if you're talking about like the Durango, you don't have to worry about that so much. You already have some pretty good traction to begin with. You know, factors change, but in a Charger, Challenger, I've got about 800 horsepower, and I'm happy with that. And here I'm forced to drive in this stupid weather, so it's even worse. So I just gotta like barely touch the gas. It just started spitting this this stupid crap right here. It wasn't supposed to do this at all, but it does. So here I am, taking it nice and easy on my, it's 32 degrees, so this stuff could freeze. I only had a couple miles to go, and now I'm gonna have to wash the whole car just because I went out a couple miles. But yeah, so it's the life of a car guy, right? So I was saying with the mods, like I put the vertical doors on here. People either like them or they don't. I like them. At car shows, even the older guys like them. I thought it'd be like 50-50, but it's honestly more like 90-10 as far as like people liking them or not. So I haven't had to worry about that too much. Like I said, even the older guys at the car shows are asking me questions, and they like them. That was the biggest surprise for me. But when I put the vertical doors on, you got to mess with the wiring inside the doors from where it comes out from inside the car to the door itself. And guess what? You got to do some customizing there. And you know, on the passenger door, there's only 4 wires that come out, so that was pretty easy. Just actually getting away with getting rid of the little block, like where the harness connects. And I got rid of that completely. And putting 4 wires together isn't really a problem. But here on the driver's side of the door, you got like 25 of them coming out right there, and you can't just you know, cut all of them and reconnect them. So you have to do a lot of customization work here as far as getting it all to fit. So I actually pinched my and I know where it happened, but it's inside of my door now. And after I got it all put together, I didn't find out till later, was the fact that I pinched my gas door on the Charger. It's got an automatic button, and I actually pinched that wire because my automatic button doesn't work anymore. So if I want to fix it, I got to go take everything apart, and that I'm not going to do. So I have to go into the trunk when I go to get gas, pop my little panel off the side and pull it the tab so that my door pops open. So that's an example of how, you know, when you mod something, something's going to change. It doesn't always, no matter how careful you are, it's always going to work like that. I can probably think of some other examples off the top of my head, but well, like the rear strut brace, putting that in, you have to cut your carpet in order for the strut bar to kind of go through the carpet and attach to the top of the struts back there, basically. So you have to cut your carpet, and there's no good way of doing that. There's no easy way. So you're gonna have an eyesore back there. So I had to make some little like carpeted panels. I can put a picture in here with this, but to kind of like cover where I cut. And when you cut, you got to be super careful because you only get one chance. Things like that. So, I mean, you can take your time and do what you're going to do either way, but consider everything before you do it. If you're going to keep your car for quite some time, you know, you're good. But if you're going to sell it, is that next person going to want what you have in there? Are you actually going to want to take everything back off that you put in and then resell it later after the money's already been spent? Maybe, you know, if that's what you want to do. But most people are lazy at that point and just want to, you know, trade in their car. So a lot of factors to think about. So my wife's got me on this Park Place medical spa. That's where I'm at here today. Yippee. So I'm getting my mods. I'm getting my mods done to my face. She's got me doing some kind of filler under my eyes because I'm too fat, or she doesn't like looking at me. Like I said, you give and take. I'm going to get something like this done. It costs money and it's probably going to blow up my face or something stupid. I've never done something like this before, and I'm not happy about it. But we got to do the things we don't want to do to please our loved ones sometimes. I don't know how she talked me into this. She's not even here forcing me to do it. But I got to live with her. So let that be a lesson to all of us. Look at how close this was. I don't even see an air cap in there. Well, it looks like I dodged a bullet. The lady that was supposed to do my stuff to my face here today wasn't even here, so I got lucky. So I'm on my way home, which kind of pisses me off. I'm happy in a way that I don't have to do this, but it kind of pisses me off in another way because I had to get my car dirty. It's not horrible, just enough to make you mad. That's another thing too. If you have a car that you care about, please keep it clean. I can't tell you how many times I've been to car shows and like the car on the outside might be somewhat clean, but holy cow, like there's a different level of clean when you go take your car to a car show or when you just, you know, wash your car and think it's clean. Like you want to have your engine bay detailed. That's why they call it a detail, right? Because you actually want to like detail your car. It's not just let me just so clean my car. So that's pretty annoying when you see other cars at car shows that are like, I'm here because I have a nice car, but you can tell I really don't care about it because it's dirty, dusty, and like, why'd I even pop my hood? And then you have the guys that don't pop their hood because they know it's dirty and you know they're hiding something. So don't be that guy either. So plan these things ahead. Keep your car clean. It's always easier to keep it clean, right? Keep your car clean on a regular basis. That's a lot easier to do than to like let it get dirty and, you know, try to clean it after a few months. Or if you don't clean your engine bay for a whole year and then you want to clean it, you're like, man, this kind of sucks. This is taking me a long time. Well, if you don't enjoy cleaning your car and being with your car and put your hands on your car and feel your car, you know, you get to know your car better when you clean it and keep it clean. You know, it's like when you have a baby, to just like leave your baby sitting around, don't clean your baby. No, so this is like your baby, right? Keep your baby clean. It's spinning like crazy. See, the ground is pretty dry for the most part right now. 55 to 75 was just spinning. look at this day though. You know, a lot of guys put their cars away for the winter time and don't ever even get it out. Like, they don't even see it. I can't do that. I got to get it out every once in a while anyhow. I was dying to get it out. I think it's been probably 2 weeks since I've driven it.